Helen had $330 in her savings account when Vince opened a savings account with $0. Helen deposited $30 into her account each week for X weeks. Vince deposited $50 into account each week for X weeks. The accounts did not earn interest, so we don't have to worry about interest formula here. Which inequality, remember that's just not equal to, so we're dealing with less than or greater than, represents this situation when the amount of money in Helen's account was greater than the amount of money in Vince's account. So it tells us right here we're looking at a greater than symbol when Helen's account is greater than Vince's account. So I can write it this way, and I know the alligator mouth wants to eat Helen's amount. It's greater than. Also, our greater than symbol is one that can be turned into a capital G, and we can write greater than next to it, right? So greater than. Let's look at what would the equation for Helen be. Helen already had $330 in her savings account. So she is starting with a positive $330. Now, her depositing each week, each is my multiplicative word. Each is multiplying, and I am multiplying 30 times each week. So then I can say that she is multiplying $30 each week plus 330. And I know if I'm going to write my inequality this way, it needs to be open toward Helen's equation because that's the one that is greater, or that's what we're looking for to be greater. Now, what would Vince's account be? He is starting with $0, so that would be plus 0. We don't really need to write that into our equation. It's the same as nothing. Let's look at what he is multiplying times each week. Each is my multiplicative, and he's giving $50 each week. 50 times x. The accounts did not earn interest. All right, so I've got my equation here. Vince's is $50 times x. Helen's is $30 times x plus 330. Now I notice here that they've got Helen's equation on the other side, the opposite of the way we wrote it. We can fix that. We can either look at this or we can rewrite our equation. It's easy to do that as long as we pay attention to our sign. So I'm going to rewrite it in red here. If we wanted Vince's equation to be over here, Vince is less than Helen. So we're going to have to flip that sign so that it's open. It's still making Helen's equation greater. And then on the other side of that symbol, we'll write Vince's equation, 50 times x, and Helen's equation on the greater than side. And now do we have one that matches this? Well, yes, I have two that have 50 on this side. But do we want this symbol? Do we want the symbol open toward Vince's or closed toward Vince's? We know that Helen's account needs to be greater here. So I meant to change that to white. Erase this. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We know that this is the symbol we need. Vince's is less than. So we're going to go here with answer choice D. Vince is less than Helen because that makes Helen greater than. And that's what we did here.